Hi, I'm Alex from Redbeard Sailing, and today I'm going to show you how to put together an XCAT row. When you purchase an XCAT row, what will be included will be the XCAT Basic, which are the two hulls here, the two crossbars, and the center bar with trampoline. Depending on which rowing system that you purchased, what I have here is the Row Vista system. But the Row Motion system will follow these same steps. With the Row Vista, we have two individual bags, one for each oar system, and then a rowing gear bag. The rowing gear bag will be the same for Row Motion, but you would otherwise get one bag that would house all four sections of those two oars. So let's get right down to it. First step will be to separate the hulls, about 6 feet or so. It doesn't have to be crazy because we're about to do the thing. We're going to grab the front crossbar. Now the front crossbar is generally designated as the one that does not have the motor mount. You may not have your actual motor mount here, so it doesn't matter a ton. But we're going to flip these red tabs up. I'm going to insert this one into this hull. Now I'm doing the front first. You can tell the front because you've got these red arrows pointing forward, and the XCAT logo is on the rear part of the hulls. I'm going to stand this guy up and just get this wiggled down in here. Now that's the easy part. Well, I guess maybe that's the hard part. Now I'm going to come to my front crossbar, and really what I'm looking for is there's a front and a back part of the crossbar, or of the center bar. This one has the front has the welded reinforcement here that you'll see. Also, you'll notice these little ropes in the back. These are for the hiking straps that you would typically have on the sailboat. If you bought yours as a row and sail, yours will have the hiking straps already installed, but otherwise this goes in the back part of the boat. So what I'm going to do is this little reinforced part, see that little cutout, that part faces down. We're going to insert this right on there like that and let it rest. It can dangle. You can choose not to let it dangle and have this other crossbar a little more handy. But I wanted to show that you can let it hang, not the end of the world. So this square piece will insert here first. So it's not the same as the front bar where you just insert the crossbars. But you'll insert that center part into the center bar, and then you'll locate the holes in the hulls. These things will go all the way down, just like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these open actually for right now. I'm going to undo this center bar with the strap. I'm going to put this strap right here on the crossbar so that it's here when I go to disassemble the boat later. And we're going to unroll this bar here, and we're going to, you see this little crook here is going to rest on the larger of these two little pins sticking out of the crossbars. Make sure that you're on both of them, and then this is just going to rock into place and will lock. And I'll show you on the other side, but there's a little ramp here that helps for disassembly. If you've disassembled your boat, you'll want to deactivate that little ramp. I'll show you on this side right here. So we're going to get these into this little crook here. Then it's all just going to rotate into place and self-tension. And then we just want to deactivate this little ramp so that that pin is in the lowered position. All right, now we're going to go around to all four corners, and we're going to rotate this collar to the locked position. And we're going to do this on all four corners. It should be easy to do, is not tight or anything. Now that that's done, we could push down on all four of these tabs on each corner. Now your XCAT Basic is done being built. So we're going to move on to installing the rowing gear. So in your rowing gear bag are your foot stretchers, your rolling seat, your two oar locks, a seat stopper, and the owner's manual for the rowing system. I don't need this for right now. I don't think you want to hear me read it. I don't have Morgan Freeman's voice. We're gonna move this bag out of the way. So the first thing on is gonna be the sliding seat. This is gonna go on this little cutaway here. I'm just gonna slide that back. Then we have the footrests are gonna go on, again, right on that same little cutaway. And then we're just gonna push it until it clicks. And then you'll notice that the oar locks are color-coded on the sides here. And you'll notice that there are S's on either side, and they too are color-coded. So what you'll do is you'll actually put the rowing oar lock on the sidebar that color matches with the S to the oar lock itself, but you don't put it where the S is. That's for the sailing system. So you'll see these graduated numbers down the side. These are kind of like a guideline as to where you might enjoy having your oars. Or having your oar locks, and you just need to remember, you know, play around with it position-wise and find the number that you like. I'm just going to put it on that first mark here because it's not going to row really well in this grass anyway. Now, I don't typically row with the seat stopper, but it can be good to have if you're going to be getting on and off, or, you know, if you're just out for a leisurely row. I recommend that the seat stopper, you know, be more or less where your knees are going to be straight to give yourself a full range of motion. So right about here, you can even just put it onto the rail, just rest it there, and then go back. And then once you get to that full, you just tighten this hand nut here. You can see I'm tightening it behind me. You're just going to tighten this thing so that it's snug. I believe that this leash goes onto the wheel. I've never done anything with the leash personally, but you'll see now the seat goes to full stop. Let's grab our oars. So this is the red one. You can see the red knob, red clip, and red tether and release line here. So I'm gonna put this on this side of the boat. And I'm just gonna take the oars completely out of the bags. That way we can demonstrate the whole shebang. All right. Now the oars are really nice. If you do mix match which oar blade goes with which, there is a green dot underneath the clear coat, and that will correspond with which oar color it goes to with all the other mechanism pieces. So this just has that one push pin, and then it locks in place beautifully. Now to install this, we're going to start with the oar blade inboard, and this will just rotate, or this will just slide down over top of this pin. So let me just show you again. This will just slide over this pin right here. And then you can leave it like this when you're getting to launch the boat at a ramp or whatnot. And then when you're ready to deploy, this will just rotate out until it clicks. And now you'll see it doesn't rotate in anymore. Now the tether, what I do is I just pass this carabiner here, or this little shackle, inside of the one leg, and I attach it to itself to create a little leg like this. I'm going to do the other side real quick. Put these together. Put the oar on just like that. Rotate it into play here, just like that. All right, so now that our Row Vista system is attached and installed and all that good stuff, I do row barefoot and I don't strap in, but just for the sake of it, I'm going to show you how the straps here work on this. So you can put your feet under, you do a Velcro here, so you can really tighten in. You could have shoes, you could not have shoes. If you need to get out in emergency, both of these come out. You know, you just grab that red string and out it comes. It's really, really nice to be able to have that kind of a feature here, which is nice. Again, I typically row barefoot, and I row just on top like this. Works fine for me. So to deploy, you'll see that the oars, they're not playing quite yet. So what you'll do is you'll lift up on these two knobs right here, and then we're gonna swing the oar handle into play until this clip here grabs this collar. So now you'll see that it's all a conjoined unit. Again, lift up on this knob, slide this until it latches right here. You want to make sure, and again, I'll show you that actuation again, just like that. And now your oars are fully operational and ready to row. So I'll show you what a row stroke looks like. And you can see the only thing that's really inverted about these oars is that feathering the blades are rotating your wrists away from you. So that's inverted from a straight oar, but is otherwise, you know, very ergonomic. There are hard stops. You can see I can't over square the blades and I can't over feather the blades. They stop just like that. So you do have your full motion. If you need to just kind of store the oars in the up position, I like to put them underneath of there, and you can see it kind of holds it up. I can stand up, I can walk around the boat and things like that, and handle things, or line handling, things like that. If you wanted to put the oars away, or you're coming along dockside, what you would do is you would bring them in as far as you can like this behind you, and then you're just going to actuate that little clip, push it to parallel, and then lock the tab down. So again, I've got it pushed all the way like this. I'm going to pull on this little clip, and that's all going to slide parallel. And then I'm going to push down on this knob to lock it. Now you'll still see, I mean, this would be not great to come into a dock or something like that. So this little tether line, you're going to pull on this tether line just like this. Just grab it and pull it. And what that's going to do, now this is on grass versus in water, but this will swing. It'll release that latch there, and it will all swing inboard. So same thing here. You feather that blade, you'll swing it all inboard just by grabbing this tether. If we were in the water, that oar would swing all the way in just by pulling on this line. And then you can lift this off and disengage it. If you have the hiking seats installed, which I'm going to do here in just a second. And just like that, we have our hiking seats installed. Now this is common in the sailing equipment set, but we have seen these find their way onto some rowing boats. If you're going to put an outboard on it, and you'd want to have, you know, that little space, or if you are having a sail and row boat, then what you can do is you can remove this oar. You can see it's still tethered, so I'm not going to lose my very expensive oar system. I'm going to undo these little pieces here, and I'm just going to rest this. You know, you kind of want to make sure that this here is about in line with the S. And then you're just going to grab this bungee and stretch it over both pieces. Grab this bungee and stretch it over both pieces. And now my oars are stored outboard. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's move this bag out of the way. We're going to undo these red bungees from the seat. I'm just going to lift the oar straight up, flip it upside down, and install it just like this. Get that caught right there. And then same thing over here. Done. And now your oars are stored outboard. They're not going to get snug on any feet. They're not going to get tangled or caught or anything like that. Yeah, and this is what it takes to build a XCAT row. There are some other options you can add, like a front trampoline with the added bowsprit. I would recommend kind of getting the sailboat to kind of save yourself a little bit of extra purchasing, since the row bowsprit is fairly expensive and doesn't have the sailing pieces put into it. But if you are looking for a wide rowing vessel, this is it. You can row in the ocean in this boat. It's fully capable of taking you. This boat has completed the Everglades Challenge multiple times, and someone has actually also finished the race to Alaska with the sailing and rowing configuration as well. Check out some of our other videos on Redbeard Sailing's YouTube channel and learn more on our website, or just give us a call and have a chat. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.